How do you create a project timeline for construction? If you are curious about how to create a project timeline for construction, you are in the right place. Let's break down the steps to help you manage your projects effectively. First, you need to define the project scope and deliverables. This means clearly stating what the project aims to achieve. You should outline all final outputs or deliverables. Breaking down large tasks into smaller, manageable activities makes tracking and assigning easier. It is essential to ensure the scope aligns with client expectations. This helps avoid misunderstandings later on. Next, identify key milestones. Milestones are significant checkpoints that mark the completion of major phases. Examples include obtaining permits, pouring the foundation, or completing structural framing. Assign specific deadlines to each milestone to keep the project on track. Using a milestone template can help standardize tracking and reporting. Now, let's list tasks and determine dependencies. Create a comprehensive list of all tasks required to complete the project. Identify which tasks must be completed before others can start. For instance, electrical work cannot begin until the walls are framed. Organizing tasks logically will reflect these dependencies. After that, allocate resources and responsibilities. Assign team members or subcontractors to each task based on their expertise and availability. Clear communication about who is responsible for what ensures accountability throughout the project. Estimating timeframes for each task is the next step. Consult with subcontractors and suppliers to estimate how long each task will take. This includes considering material procurement times. Also, factor in inspections and compliance checks required by local building codes. Now, create the timeline using project management tools. You can use software or templates to plot tasks, milestones, and deadlines on a timeline. Visual tools help track progress and identify potential bottlenecks. It is wise to incorporate buffers or contingency time to address unforeseen delays. Finally, review and adjust the timeline regularly. Construction projects often face unexpected challenges. Regularly updating the timeline to reflected changes is essential. Communicate updates promptly to all stakeholders to maintain alignment. For administrative professionals, practical applications include maintaining accurate documentation of the project scope, milestones, and task assignments. Coordinating communication between contractors, suppliers, and clients is also vital. Monitoring progress against the timeline and preparing reports for management or clients is part of the role. Using project management software can streamline scheduling and updates. Lastly, ensure compliance with regulatory requirements by tracking inspection dates and approvals. By following these steps, you can effectively create a project timeline for construction, helping to keep projects on schedule and within scope. This structured approach is essential for efficient project execution and successful outcomes.